Hello and welcome to this coding tutorial where I go through making this pen, color changing circle particles. This is the first one and I have a lot of ideas on sharing the structure and how to break down really popular CodePen pens and tutorials. This is part of my whole process of sharing what it's like to be a self-taught developer and how you break down things. So this is a particle animation using JavaScript, Vanilla, and as you see it loads and all of the colors are set, and as the particles are regenerated, when they leave the canvas they get reinstantiated and they slowly transition through all of the colors in the color wheel. So you have boom, like you see it slowly transitioning from purple, then it's becoming more red, you see some yellows, and that's because they're set at random values and random speeds, but that's a general thing. One more time, I'm going to show you. Alright, now purple, every time it refreshes it should start with a random color. Cool, so let's get right into it. So first thing is I'm just going to be outlining the structure, the HTML and the CSS, and then I'm going to get right into the JavaScript. So we're going to use a canvas element and we're going to set the ID to particle canvas. Not really going to use it much besides finding it in the document, but that's about it. You could use this when you want to apply this to a real project if you would like. So canvas, CSS, go to body, and I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to set the margin to 0 because I believe there is a default margin. Padding, I don't think there is, but just in case I'm going to set that to 0, and I'm going to set the height to 100 view height. And just to check, I'm going to set the background to pink. I always choose that, not sure why, but yeah, great. Next thing is, actually let's leave that because it'll be able to show a key point. The next thing is I'm just going to do the basic styling for the canvas. And so the canvas, what I want is I want its position to be absolute, and I want its width to be 100 view width. So 100% of the viewing container. And so when I do that, and then the background, I'm going to set it to let's go with pale goldenrod. That's another color I like. And so why am I seeing this here? It's interesting. So the margin is set to 0, and there we go. That shouldn't be there. I put a semicolon instead of a colon. Alright, so now you see there is no scroll wheels and it's fully covered. Now the canvas, I'm not going to set the height. I could set the height to 100 view height and it's going to cover it completely. I don't want to do that because I'm actually going to set the height of the canvas dynamically in JavaScript, and this will allow, depending on whatever container you put it in, you could set the particles to run, or the canvas size to be the exact size of that container. That way it's, regardless of the size, whether it's on mobile or anything like that, it's responsive and the canvas will always run the entire length of whatever container you want it to be in. For me, it's in the body. So if I added a whole bunch of other stuff like a paragraph or something, the canvas would be the length of the entire body tag. And that's the goal here. Alright, so I'm basically done with that. Let's go into the JavaScript.